Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim.
Hello everyone, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Ustadzah Risma and I'll be your English teacher later on. I hope we can meet soon here. And before I start, I want to ask a question. How are you guys? Good? All is good, right? I hope we are always happy and healthy. Okay, let's imagine when you meet someone new at the first time, what are you going to do, guys? That's right. You have to introduce yourself, right? Have you ever asked why we should introduce ourselves? There are some reasons and I'll gonna show you. The first one is to break the ice so that we can have a good communications with someone new, so that we can understand them better. And the other one is to build an interpersonal relationship with others. Okay, so how to do that? There are two ways. The first one is in spoken and the second one is in a written one. For the spoken one, we have to introduce ourselves when we have an interview, a job interview. At the first time we meet the interviewer, we have to introduce ourselves first. And the second one is when we become a host of a lot of events. So before we open the events, we have to introduce ourselves first. Okay, and the second way is in written. We have two kinds also. The first one is when we want to write a CV. Do you know CV? That's curriculum vitae. Just like when we are going to apply some job, we have to write down our personal information and we send it to the company. Besides CV, we also have pen pal. Do you know what pen pal is? No? Okay, I'll give you the sample of pen pal later on. Have you ever introduced yourself before? Of course, yes. Okay, how to do that, Ustadzah? And the first time to introduce ourselves is greeting. How to do that? You just say, hi, hello, how are you? Good morning, good afternoon, and so on. That's the example of greetings. And the second step is sharing our personal information. What are they? Our name, age, address, and then our origin, nationality, occupations, hobby, and the last maybe your future goal. So we have to share our personal information whenever we want to introduce ourselves. And then the last step is closing. How to do that? We can say, nice to meet you, it's glad to see you, and many others. For example, if you want to mention your name when you are introducing yourself, you can say, hi, my name is Ustadzah Risma, or I am Ustadzah Risma, or she is my friend, she is Ustadzah Fitria, or her name is Ustadzah Fitria. And for the age, how to do that, Ustadzah? You can just say, I am 16 years old, for example, or she is 16 years old, like that. Next, the address. If you want to share the address, you can say, I live in Malang, or she lives in Surabaya, she lives at Vinolia Street 4, Malang, and many others. Okay, after address, we have origin. Here, we share to others where we come from. For example, I come from Malang. She comes from Surabaya, like that. And next, we have nationality. So here, we share to others what country we belong to. For example, I am Indonesian. She is Australian, like that. After that, we can also share our occupations or our job. For example, I am a teacher. She is a doctor. After sharing our occupations, we also can give another information about ourselves, like our hobby. What do you like to do? For example, I like reading, I like drawing, and many others, like that. And the last, we also can tell the others about our future goals. What is that future goals? That's the job or your dream job that you want to be later on. For example, I want to be a teacher, she wants to be a doctor, like that. Do you know how to gain someone's personal information? If you want to ask them about the name, you can ask them like, what's your name? I am Ustadzah Risma, what's yours? I am Sela, what's yours? Like that. If you want to ask them about the origin, you can also like say, where do you come from? And then you also can say, where are you from? Or where do you live? Or maybe you can say, are you from Malang? Are you from Surabaya? like that. It's easy, right? Yes. And then the next, it's about occupations. How to ask about someone's occupations. You can ask them by saying like, oh, what is your job? What is your occupations? Or you can also say, what do you do? Are you a teacher? What do you do for a living? Like that. It's so easy, right? We have two kinds of introductions. The first one is self-introductions, and the second one is we introduce others. So what is the difference, Ustazah? In introducing ourselves, it means that we introduce ourselves, our own informations. But when we want to introduce someone else or others, it means that we introduce someone else, like you want to introduce your father, your mother, your family, and others like that. So here, I'm going to show you a video so you can see what is the difference between introducing yourself and introducing others. Are you ready? Check this out.
Anyway, what's your name?
I'm Anne. What's your name?
I'm Jane.
Oh, really? Where do you come from, Jane?
I'm from the Netherlands.
Really? That's so far. How did you get here?
My parents both from Surabaya, but I was born and raised in the Netherlands.
Oh, so you were here since middle school?
Yeah, I went to Banten. Like, my middle school was in Banten, but then after that, I had some problems because my family, most of my family members are in Surabaya. So that's why I went here.
That's interesting. I guess I'm from Surabaya too, actually.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Hey, you want some?
Thanks. That's really good. Did you cook it?
Yes, I did. Making actually my hobby. What's your hobby?
I love drawing.
Oh, really? That's so cool. Can we go to class together?
Sure.
Wait, Kaya, join us. Kaya, hey. Nice to meet you. Where do you come from? I'm from Surabaya. Where do you come from? Yes, I'm from Bali. I'm so hungry. Let's go.
How was the video, guys? It's clear, right? Yes. Okay, so the next, we have two kinds of introductions. The first one is in spoken one, and the second one is in a written one. So this is the example for the written one. What is that? The CV. Yes, curriculum vitae. So have a look at this. This is CV or curriculum vitae. So we write our information, start from our name and then address, our education's background, and also our experience. Another example is penpal. Do you know penpal? I'm going to show you the example of penpal. Well, this is the example of penpal. Have a look at this, written by Juan for Liam. At the first, Juan greet Liam like, "How are you?" And then he explains, he tells his name and then his origins and many others. So what you have learned today from this video, guys? Yes, why we should introduce ourselves. Do you still remember? Yes. So it's used for breaking the ice before we have a conversations with someone new. It also can build interpersonal relationships so that we can understand someone better. And how to do that? We can do it in two ways, in spoken and in written one. And what informations that we have to share? The first is about our name and then our age. And then what is that? Yes, our address. Yes, that's right. What else? Yes, our origins, our nationality, our occupations, our hobby, and the last is our future goal. Okay, after sharing our personal informations, we have closing. Here we have to say like, nice to meet you, glad to see you, and many others. Okay, I hope you can practice this by yourself to make you fluent in speaking English. And maybe if you meet a foreigners, you can introduce yourself to them. Who knows? Okay, I think that's all. I hope you enjoy the video, you learn something new, and see you. Bye-bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you guys here. Bye-bye.
رب اجعلني مقيم الصلاة ومن ذريتي ربنا وتقبل دعاء.